Hey, welcome back to The Hook. We're coming to you live from the Six Hole Studio here in Detroit, Michigan. I'm your host, Keith Butler, with my other co-host, Jeffrey Lowe, and our main man, Leland Stein, our sports analyst. What's up, boys? How you guys doing?
What up?
Right.
What up?
Back here on the 6-0, looking at this smoking grill and waiting for our producer to bust out something smoke.
Oh, you about a week late, man. I was grilling them like crazy the other day, man. Ended up putting on some ribs, some chicken, some corn, and my sister and my brother-in-law came by, so we sat down and we smacked on that. I'm gonna have to hook it up for you guys. I'm not bad on the grill.
Right.
I make a pretty decent rib.
Well, every time you got a smoker, a little something.
I don't use the smoker.
Oh, okay.
I've been here 11, 13 years. I've never used that smoker.
Really?
Never used it.
That's my sister's smoker. They be like, "Oh, can you hold this for me?"
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, and I've never
Well,
used
you
it.
got the most important piece of equipment.
that's right.
That Weber.
The Weber.
That Weber's nice.
The Weber.
Yeah, but that big barrel grill is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
When I have like a lot of chicken and hamburgers.
Yeah,
and
but the
stuff.
Weber
Right.
get it done. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Yeah, that's what I used last time. The Weber.
Yeah.
Because I only
Smoking
had
a
the
little
force
bit
now.
over in that little thing over there.
Yeah, that's a smoker,
Yeah.
that small one. But I've never used that either. I've just used the Weber drum or the big barrel. And, they do a pretty good job. Like I said, when I've got hot dogs, shish kebabs, steak, pork, stuff like that, ribs and chicken, I use the two of them, and they pretty much cover it.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, we're here, like I said, on the 6-0. It's a beautiful day. The golfers seem to have gone away. They were out here earlier. But it's about that time for people to call it a day. The day is coming to an end. And it's only 4 o'clock, but somebody else will show up a little late. But anyway, guys, we got an election coming up. And this one is
got an
really
election coming
this
up.
one is really, really important. They're running their same diabolical madman in the Republican Party, Mr. Donald Trump, if you want to give him that title as a mister.
You just gave it to him.
Yeah, I did. And I guess I shouldn't. Well,
No, you shouldn't.
but this is scary.
You ain't earned it.
This is really scary. It's going to be a tough one because I don't know if America is ready, first of all, for another black president.
Right.
And secondly, and probably more importantly, a female president.
Mm-hmm.
They did everything to keep Hillary out and gave it to Trump. And then on top of that, this female is also black and West Indian. That's probably too much minority for the leader of the free state,
Yeah.
free world. I mean,
We're going to break on this.
so
Hopefully there's enough, America's been able to exist because there's been enough civil-minded white brothers and sisters that just hasn't let that crazy right just win all the time.
yeah.
Yeah. We've been able to at least compete.
But
But
one of the biggest issues is like we always say, we think, the former president is out of his freaking mind. I do. And I know you guys do as well. But the crazy thing is, like I used to tell my coworkers, my ex-coworkers, that people need somebody to believe in and somebody to follow.
mm-hmm.
And for a lot of, our cousins, as I call them, white America, those who are below the poverty level, those who are just barely above the poverty level and stuff like that, and, those who are wealthy, a lot of them are looking to him as the savior. Again, they need somebody who is rough, who will say whatever he wants to say, who's a gangster, who's bossy, who's not afraid to just step out there and just go for broke. And Trump has proven that time and time again with the crazy stuff he says and the things that he does, And so the thing I like about Kamala is that she's now the young person, and she's not afraid. And her, her new vice president,
Ooh,
Walz.
I like Walz.
Walz is a mess, boy.
He put out the weird and
Listen.
was he creepy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is
So
one
now,
thing.
with Walz, now we have somebody who's just as brave and brazen as Trump is.
Yes, he is. And he's an old teacher.
Football coach.
Been in the military 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, man. Dude's kind of interesting, man.
Well, you know, J.D.
He really
Vance
is.
said that, you know, he wasn't a real soldier and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, Lord.
But, you know, that's always their defense. You know, you're not a real soldier. You're not a real You're not a real person. It's all fake. And everything you do is full of shit and lies. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You know, he brings
Because-
out the nasty in elections. Donald Trump does. I mean,
That
it's
he
just,
doesn't have a policy.
no,
that they ran
no
on.
agenda.
It's
No,
just
no agenda.
Kamala is the border czar.
Yeah.
See,
Right.
Kamala killed a bunch of Americans. You know, all these lies.
And, you know,
The hospitals being overrun.
Overrun. Yeah, I'm like
the
like,
crazy thing, the only ads I've seen against, you know, the future president is that she's weak on border control. That's the only ad I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, and they got
Well, she ain't never
our
been the
borders-
president.
Right.
She ain't
But-
got nothing. They ain't
But it
voting
doesn't
in
matter.
Congress or
It
her.
doesn't matter because she's about to be president, so
Yeah.
he's got to attack her now.
Yeah.
He's got to shift from Joe Biden to Kamala Harris.
Right, right.
And they
there
don't
ain't
know what to
much
do.
there, no.
They don't know what to do.
They're lost. They're
Yeah.
lost. They are so lost. You can tell by, like you said, the ads that they put out, but they are so lost in this whole issues. Like, what? When she made her announcement that she's going to be the nominee or the Democratic Party, when they made that announcement, Republicans were caught so far off guard. They were
but that's because they were prepped for Joe Biden.
they were
They
prepping.
were.
That's right.
And they liked him. And like you
Because he was
said
an
earlier,
easy target. He was
Trump
an easy
is
target
an
for
old
him.
guy. If he get elected, he would be the oldest president in American history.
Yeah.
Right.
So he technically is really the old guy.
Yeah.
Right now,
And they've been showing some clips of him at these rallies, man. He's
Oh, yeah.
all over the place.
he's all over the place.
He
man.
called
He's
himself,
been all over the place.
his rallies
But he's
is
really
bigger than
bad
Martin
now.
Luther King's. He compared himself to Martin Luther King.
No, man, I know, man.
Yeah, he said I had more people at the rally. There was
Yeah,
a
than
million
Martin
people at Martin Luther King's speech.
Right.
I had a million. Oh my God!
That's incoherent. What does that got to do with you being president?
Because he's trying to get the black vote. And that's why he came out with those doggone, what was it, assassination gym shoes or whatever it was.
Oh,
And the
man.
gold gym shoes. Have you seen the new assassination gym shoes?
No, I haven't seen
Yeah, they were
those.
white with a picture of him holding his fist up. And on the back of the high top is the American flag. You know, when he was getting drug off after the assassination attempt? Those are the assassination attempt gym shoes. I don't know if they're in production, but I saw
He's
a
a
picture of
Carter
it.
for Barker. He's a huckster. And they try to elect a human being like that to the greatest country in the world.
They didn't try. They did.
Yeah, they did. But we got his ass out of there, though.
Yeah.
But here he come again. And he got lucky that we just happened to have an older guy's turn, and I think they were showing something on the internet that alt-right has taken control of the internet because they're more vocal. Because they're crazy.
Yeah.
When you're in a frenzy, you know, like where they are, they've been out there just QAnon and all these things, they're just going nuts. While the Democrats, we just been chilling and laying back. We ain't had nothing to really get excited about. Not at an internet meme level.
Not till
Not till Waltz.
Kamala.
They was talking about
But see,
Kamala.
the problem, like
Kamala.
we've talked about before, is Democrats always use that they go low, we go high. thing.
Right, we have.
So I'm like, screw that.
Yeah,
If
we
somebody
kinda there
continues to punch you in the
No,
lip,
no, they just
you
keep
got to
it up.
quit turning your cheek and you got to
Right.
punch him back.
You got to say something.
And that's
do
one
something.
good thing about Waltz and Kamala
Right,
Harris.
he is.
Waltz came out there and fired away.
He fired
Yeah.
away.
I'm like, holy
He
shit.
didn't hold nothing back.
But,
He-
but,
Wait a minute,
but the
man.
weird thing has become an international phenomenon through these social media channels, the Twitter and
X.
Instagram.
Waltz?
I mean, him calling them weird.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So they've been making memes. It then exploded. I was freaking out. I was like, yes, the Democrats have finally joined the internet. But we doing it differently than them. We're not mean-spirited. And that's part of what the campaign is saying. We're going to bring the joy back to this. We're doing this. And that's kind of what's done happened in the internet world. The joy of life has reappeared with all these professional white people
Yeah.
that's like, wow,
Yeah.
a breath of fresh air here.
Yeah.
Because everybody was kind of despondent. But the Democrats are now in that internet world, I mean, which is, to me, because I don't like none of that to the level it's at.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, they're getting like 20 million views and 30 million.
Well,
that's more than newscasts.
But that's
is
because
getting. The information is being spread.
But that's because, Stein, people like entertainment.
Yes.
Okay, and traditionally, if you ask me, I could be
Right.
wrong. I could be wrong because I've been wrong a zillion times.
Right.
Because I don't have ESPN. Anyway,
You do have CNN, though.
what I don't
No.
know.
Oh,
no
Lord.
CNN?
I don't think I
ESPN
even
and
see
CNN
it.
list.
Well,
Lord.
thank God
we
for-
gotta take his producer
For the cell
back.
phone. He got a cell phone on this.
But the thing is people
sorry.
like, that's okay, man. I brought it up. I brought it up. I jumped topic. People like entertainment. Okay,
Right.
and traditionally, like I was saying, in my mind, Democrats are kind of boring.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of soft-spoken. We're kind of laid back. We want to be polite and proper.
Saving whales.
Whereas,
hugging kids.
you know, a Republican go out there and club a baby seal in a heartbeat, and then look at you like, what did I do wrong? And then take the skin and make you a coat out of it and sell it to you for $5,000 and wonder why you're mad. You know, Democrats don't do that stuff. Oh, don't club, don't pollute, don't.
But you're talking about being
look,
mean.
keep fracking,
Like
keep the oil coming. I don't care about the world.
Because Democrats
They just don't care.
wouldn't keep a dress
They would
with
do
semen
whatever
on
it takes
Would
to
they?
win.
Let's think about it. Democrats will not keep a dress with semen on it. But
What?
they did that lady, Linda Tripp with Monica Lewinsky.
Oh.
They kept her dress like 8 months later and they brought it out in that witch hunt.
Well, you know, I thought I probably figured.
Who else does that?
I probably figured she kept that thing because she figured it would be worth some money. You know, I
We ain't never heard
got
no
Bill
nonsense
Clinton
like
on
that.
my dress.
Right.
In American history. That's kind of retarded.
This might be
Oh,
worth
no,
millions
even
one
then Bring
day.
it up in a political discourse as a freaking debate.
Well,
It's
hey,
retarded.
like we said,
Republicans
they
just
don't
Anything
care.
to get the
That's my
edge.
point.
They fight
Anything to
dirty.
get the
Anything
edge.
to
Right.
get the edge.
They
have no
fight
love.
dirty.
None.
They fight dirty. They don't care. They will punch you below the waist and say it was a clean shot.
Yeah.
And they lie to your face.
Well, that's all we hear is lies coming out the mouth of
Trump got his own Instagram. He posted on there. They showed it.
every night.
Kamala's crowd in Michigan had like 16,000 to 18,000 people just showed up out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened in Philly too. And now he all riled up because these crowds are popping. He put a picture of the crowd in Detroit and wrote, "Fake news, people don't believe it."
What was
Well,
so? You know what
this
was
is the kind
crazy?
of thing the
You know,
president of the
I'm
United
gonna
States
tell you what was
is
crazy
doing.
about that.
But that's his thing.
Ex-president.
They
Listen,
showed
Stein,
the
everything
crowd.
is fake news.
Hey, they showed
Everything's a lie.
they showed the crowd.
Yeah.
They showed the plane, and just because they had no shadows of the crowd on the plane, he thought it was like, oh, that's not
Photoshop
true,
or something.
right? It's fake news. They don't have that
The
many
crowd
people.
was in the hangar.
I know everybody was in the hangar.
They had to move the original to the hangar.
Right.
Because they couldn't get all the people.
I know. They had
requested it.
the photo that they showed everybody in the hangar.
Yeah, they did.
And they showed the plane way out there. And he said, look, there's no shadow of the crowd on the plane. I'm like,
They could create something out of
But
nothing.
you know what?
They are amazing.
With the Republicans, or at least with Trump, it wouldn't have mattered if, you know, if the crowd, if shadows were all over the world, he'd still say it
They
was,
still would have.
Photoshopped or something.
Exactly.
You know,
It's just, it's scary in a way because I got all these grandkids, these boys, and when you see that America's at the point that we don't win this election where truth is not going to matter anymore.
yeah. But see, the thing is,
And
if
we can't survive if truth can't be the guide.
yeah, but and the scary thing is, if he gets in, he may never get out because
No, he
this
ain't getting
Project 2025
No, I know.
is laced with so much stuff that it's going to abolish the Constitution.
Yes.
It's going to destroy the democracy.
Department of Education is something going on.
How do you get rid of the Department of Education? And look, my sister's biggest
Why
thing.
even do it?
My sister's biggest thing is she says, of all the things you're gonna get rid of, you're gonna get rid of the weather. So he's gonna withdraw the people reporting the weather. How you gonna know when a tornado's coming through to wipe out your trailer home or bring down
Because
knock a
if
tree
they
down
get a
on your
hold of
house?
news and all that, you ain't going to see it.
That's right.
You're only going to see
That's
what they
right.
want you to see.
And how dangerous is that?
That's the worst thing that can happen
How
in the
dangerous
world.
is that? A tsunami is coming through
the
the.
worst thing in
How
the
you
world.
gonna know when a tornado's
No,
coming?
I know. It's so sad.
Who in the hell is gonna get rid of the weather?
But the question is, why would
The
our
weather
white
reports.
brothers and sisters vote for this guy, man?
Because you need somebody to
lose
believe
too.
in.
No, I'm
Listen.
talking about. I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the brothers and
I
the
know it.
brothers.
I know it.
There ain't
That's-
enough of them.
and I'm
not
like,
worried
wait a
about
minute.
those fools.
We've
He's
got a
paying
young-
those people to stand behind him in at those rallies.
Probably.
He has to pay. I'm like,
But
come
not
on.
all of them. Not all of them.
Man.
Because we've got a young friend of ours who said he would vote for Trump. His kid's what, in his 20s, 30s maybe,
Uh-huh.
somewhere between 20 and 30. And the reason why is because remember we got the stimulation, the check,
Stimulus?
the stimulus checks. He said, "Oh, Donald Trump gave me that because Donald Trump signed it. You know, his name was on it." And we all know Trump didn't
Oh,
get
it
that
ain't
from the.
nothing to do
He
with
tried to stop it, and then ended up changing his
Biden
mind.
gave
and
us
sending it
another
out.
one when he got in office.
Yeah, but
So
Biden
there's
didn't
two
do
of
it.
them.
It was the federal government
It was the federal
that gave.
government that
But
did.
because it had Trump's name on it, this kid figures, oh, Donald Trump gave me $600-700, whatever it was. So yeah, he's a good guy. He gave me money. I'm gonna vote for him. Come on, y'all.
Well, you know,
Come on.
It's the biggest oxymoron in the world is the internet. With me, especially doing research when you're trying to write about certain things, I had to get media guys, get things faxed to you, go to encyclopedias to get dates, make sure you got stuff right.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can just look on the internet and get whatever you want. But unfortunately, people that believe in what they want to believe in, if they into a negative world,
Yeah, they
you'll
won't
get
believe
the
that.
negative world come to you.
Yeah.
And the courts, I mean not the courts, but Congress was trying under Biden them to get the internet companies to take out that algorithm that if you look at like Black History, so they automatically start giving you stuff like
Yeah.
So if you're looking at black folk ain't nothing but two dead flies, well you don't get a bunch of black folk ain't nothing but two dead flies. But they was really trying to do it just to make it easy for people to get things they like. So I don't really blame. I don't think they did it in the way that it's turned out. Because now
No.
if you want negative energy,
No.
you got how to build a bomb.
That was just-
how to do this. You
Right.
get everything you ever dreamed of.
Right.
And you have people talking to you about
But
it. how to
anything
do it.
good can be turned, just
can be
like you're
turned.
saying.
Oh,
You know,
anything. Just
that
like
was a good idea, so that would lead people. Okay, you like this, then this might go with what you want, or you might like this. But like you said, they take it and they turn it. They flip it.
anything can be turned, right? Just like this right here. The claim of crime rates growing through the roof. Now this is Trump.
Of course,
Trump claimed that crime rates are going through the roof. True or false?
true.
No, I said.
I mean, oh no, it's false that it's going through the roof.
False.
But I know it's true that Trump claimed it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
claimed it. He claimed
Well, he
it, but
did worse.
it's a lie.
He started out his speech saying, "Well, this is the darkest time. The world is going to be destructed, and America ain't going to exist anymore."
If
he
he gets
actually
in-
actually said this to his crowd in a rally.
Listen. If he
Now,
gets
what kind
in, who's the president who was working with Russia? Was that Biden or Trump?
Trump.
Okay, who's the president that got peed on by 4 or 5 Russian hookers? Was that Biden or Trump?
Trump.
Okay,
That's why he owed him.
who's now? Who's the president that helped a foreign country, Russia, infiltrate the American voting
Yes, he did.
system? Trump.
Trump.
Or
They
Biden?
forgot about all that.
Yeah. Who's the one who had an insurrection at the
That
Capitol?
ought to be enough in itself.
All of these, Stein, are treasonous events. All of them. And in the in years gone by,
Right.
the 40s, the 30s, all that,
Right.
treason was an offense
Yeah, it was a offense.
penalized by death.
Yes, it was. Treason was tough.
So I'm not saying I want him hung or
No.
because hanging is horrendous.
When
or
could you
killed.
ever be a felon and run for office?
Now, because
It's
like
insane.
all you have
isn't
to
it?
do is be white in America, and I hate to say
But he
that.
never showed
but-
us his taxes.
No.
That's something else. I don't understand why the normal, regular white brothers and sisters don't take offense to that.
Right.
Because-
and he
Because
still had-
obviously he's hiding something.
and he still has his
Because
name on all
Every
these
other
buildings.
president has done in the history of this country.
Because all they need is for America to be great again, which means what? America is white again. Okay? And I'm not trying to be racist or anything like that, But come on. White men are afraid that they're losing everything.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
And if you can get somebody to stand up for you and say, look, I'm going to get all this back for you, what do you think you're going to do?
But he ain't never said he getting back nothing.
That's all he said.
But what is he getting back? He ain't never said what.
No, but all you had to do is say, I can do this, I can do that. And you sitting up there, drinking your corn whiskey or whatever it is, and you hear all this rhetoric, and you're like, yeah, that's the kind of guy, because I'm that kind of guy. And he's saying what I want to say.
Yeah. And then it was exacerbated. And Fox actually got sued. Murdoch and them had to pay like, what, $400 million something in fines for lying about the vote. They took him to court on that. Fox lost it. Look it up, Jeff. The Fox sued, loses court case over the thing. But see, he happened to come along with Fox, so Fox passed itself off as a news channel.
Well,
When
it's a Trump channel.
it's just a Republican Party.
It's the
Why
Trump
could it
channel.
be a news
Right,
channel?
it's the Trump channel, right? He got his own network.
Trump
Well,
channel.
he didn't start it. Murdoch did.
Yeah, we
They
know
started
Murdoch
because
started.
of Obama.
But
They needed something
But it's the
anti-Obama.
Republican network.
And
That's
it
what it is.
blew up when Obama got in office.
Yeah.
It didn't even exist till he got there.
Right.
Well, you think about how scary that was for, old white politicians to lose the one thing that was never, air quotes, never lost to a black person or a woman.
Right.
That was their last bastion of power, the main power. And, hey, you got black people in polo. You got black people in hockey.
Exactly.
And you got black people in all degrees and levels of politics.
And I
but
think
the
I
White
backtracked
House
just for a
was
second.
always white.
Because you said something amazing. Like,
But black folks built it.
Right, it's always been
Well,
white.
yeah, we know
but
that.
we ain't
You're
got to
right.
stay on this, but I got to get this out. Just what Butler said, he's right. People doing everything. The Olympics showed us the Netherlands, Denmark, Poland, all these countries had black people doing all kind of sports. All kind of sports. Only in America, we kind of stuck to the same ones for the most part. But it was kind of interesting to see that, that the world, especially those kind of cool Sweden, Norway, they're a little bit more progressive, than the Balkans area, where Eastern Europe was, and it showed the Olympics, especially France. France had them playing soccer, field hockey, everything.
Volleyball.
Yeah, handball.
Yes.
Well, I mean, let's not be fooled by the optics.
So that's-
When it's all over, it's just like when the brothers came back from World War II.
Right,
You still a,
Right.
you still a black guy.
Right. Well, ain't no doubt about that.
So I don't know what the,
No, but the
what's going to
exposure.
happen afterwards.
No.
I think it's more
France
liberal.
is kind of general. Yeah, they had the number one pick in France. The first and number two pick were from the U.S. from France this year for the NBA, and last year was Wemby.
Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
And this year was two guys with 1-2, and they ain't even playing the Olympics because they got such a good team. There's no guys playing internationally all over the world. But you're right, man. If Trump is going to sell doom and gloom, then we probably got to do a little bit too. If we get these clowns in here, this authoritarianism,
Not doom and gloom. We don't want to do doom and gloom.
Get him out of office. How you gonna get
We
him
just
out?
have to. We just have to
We just
battle.
barely
We have
got
to
him out
fight
this
back.
time.
And that's the scary thing. Because last time he was in, like you just said,
Yeah.
we could barely get him out. He wasn't
Right.
going.
Yeah, he don't plan on going this time.
And
If
if
he
he
get in.
gets in, people, if he gets in,
Yeah.
he is not going to leave. He's going to
They
destroy
gonna
the
change
Constitution.
rules and everything.
He's going to destroy. He's going to bring down the walls of democracy.
Right.
And it's going to become England on this side
So
of the
that's the
pond.
scary part to me. Cause
We're gonna have a
Democracy is
dictatorship.
at stake right now.
It's
You
going
said
to be.
it.
It's going to be Russia West. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be Russia West because
I
it's going to be
think
a
we'll
dictator.
stand up
It's going to be
before-
a czar. It's
Yeah,
going
it
to be a
will.
king.
It's headed that way with him because anybody that speak against anything the Republican agenda, lockstep, like Cheney, one of the best, most seasoned senators they had in the Republican Party.
Yeah, and
And they ran
consider-
her out of
consider-
office.
and her father was the
Yeah,
vice president.
Exactly.
And they ran her out of office. Because why? Because she didn't agree.
She didn't agree.
You about to hang and kill your own vice
I
president
know.
because he won't overturn the votes.
Well, Pence ain't come back out on the road with him, has he? He's like,
I haven't seen Pence after the last time he said I'm not
We
overturning.
haven't
Pence
heard
said
nothing from
hidden.
Pence.
I don't even. Is Pence still in
But
politics?
this guy JD, I don't think he has all the scruples either, though.
JD is out of his freaking mind. Vance is crazy as hell.
Oh,
And
Trump
that's
put
probably
him in there.
that's
Right.
probably the scariest
Look who he
thing.
and guess who's going to kick him out of there? Trump is going to get rid of him.
As soon as he
he's
does
not.
something Trump doesn't like.
Right.
But he ain't
He
kicking
gonna-
him out now because he's saying everything that he can't right now. He's like his bulldog
Yeah.
over there.
And that's scary too, because Vance is crazy and
He's
as
crazy
crazy as
enough.
Trump. So if Trump gets in and something happens to Trump, you got that crazy
Well, he
lunatic.
closes as a shit house rat. If you're gonna be a rat, go be a rat somewhere else. All these fields, you go choose the shit house.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically when he choose line himself with Trump.
But the crazy thing about Vance is Vance said he's a no Trumper. He
Now-
hated Trump.
Hey,
He dogged Trump out. He said no way in the world. And now, sure, I'm shaking your hand, patting your back. We're best buddies. I'm gonna be your vice president.
the one
Your
thing that
VP,
blew my mind
your vice.
is when Trump got on the stage with all them black women and told everybody, like,
Oh, I missed this one.
I saw
Kamala, she, Kamala, excuse
Get
me,
it
I'm
right,
sorry,
Kamala.
Kamala. I don't know what she is.
He sure
She,
did.
she's black one day and she's another race another day. I'm like,
So
I'm
he
like, what?
creating this persona of her being a fake person.
Yeah.
And the white, a lot of his side believe it. Like, she
Well-
used to be, but see, that's because they don't know nothing about HBCUs.
Right.
They ain't bother to look up no history.
They don't know about the
Know that she
sorority.
went to, and crossed AKA 40 years ago.
Right.
I mean, stop it. You can't get no more black than that.
And
It
you
being
know
an
what?
African American fraternity.
Right.
And excuse me, but I mean,
My
I'm not
God.
sure, but what do you call West Indians? White? No.
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 He just tried to.
So they're brown.
That is true.
Yes,
so
they
where,
are.
where are they closest to? White or black?
Black.
So what difference if she's
He
in?
just keep
I'm not.
creating division.
I know it. And you
And-
said she
and
had. He had all.
discord.
He had
That's
all
it,
those black
nothing
women
else.
behind
He
him.
had, he had
Yeah.
no. These black women were on the panel.
On the panel.
They were on the panel.
Oh, you talking about the NBA, the
Yeah,
national,
National Association of Black Journalists.
right,
right.
right, right,
That's
right.
right.
Yeah, I saw that clip.
Yeah.
And she ripped his ass.
Oh, he ripped his ass.
She lit him up. He couldn't take it. He couldn't take
No,
it.
he couldn't take it.
They had
She
to walk
asked
him
some
out of there.
simple question. She said, "You come here and you want our vote, but you talked about this, and you call black women this. You've done this. You've done that. Why do you think we should get your vote?" He wasn't no good the rest of the because first thing he go and say, "Where you from? You didn't even say good morning to me. Didn't
Right.
say hi."
He went all on.
And he went talk about
You're being
with, oh, you with
offensive.
ABC? Oh, you with that fake news?
Yeah, right.
Then he called everybody up there fake news journalists.
Yeah.
He actually did this to a panel of
Of black women.
journalists.
Yes.
Of black women.
And listen, we all know if somebody gonna hold up, it's gonna be some sisters.
Yes.
Sisters don't play.
Now,
They
right
don't
after he
play.
did it, they raised $20 million for Kamala.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now that was the Greeks who got behind it.
The Divine Nine.
Yeah, the Divine Nine got
Yeah.
kicked. Now that's another group. A lot of our white brothers and sisters don't know nothing about, but they're professional. They might even be your boss. You didn't even know.
Didn't even
He
know.
was an
Look,
alpha or a kappa.
You and I are part of the
or
Divine
AKA.
Nine. You and I are part of the Divine
That's right,
Nine.
that's
We've been
right.
professional all our lives.
Yes, yeah.
I can't say much for Jeff. You know, I don't know if he tried
I'm
to
sorry,
pledge or he
Jeff.
wasn't
He just
accepted or
got these
what.
good ones this every now and then. Y'all
Sorry,
be
Lord.
getting the singers going.
Sorry, little
I
man.
can't help
That's
it.
all right. That's all right.
That's right. Should I give him one anyway? Yo, baby, yo, baby, yo.
Give me your baby. Your baby. He couldn't take it, man. He wasn't man enough.
You
to
don't
have
think
it.
you could take the heat?
He
I
could
mean,
take the heat.
it was pledging was wonderful. It was a great experience. For all of those of you interested in
Back to
pledging,
topic.
it was a wonderful experience.
Well, I always said, not truthfully, that any kind of hazing stuff is just unnecessary.
Well, we're not talking about that because there was
No.
no hazing in Kappa Alpha Psi
No.
Fraternity Incorporated.
but I said
ever.
any fraternities.
Really?
Or any fraternity.
Really?
Or sorority. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, we want you all to vote. Like Jeff said a couple podcasts before, no matter who you vote for, get out and vote.
That's right.
I had a conversation that was really really disappointed with an old friend of mine with bowling, and he said he's not going to vote an older black guy because he just doesn't believe in it. He hates everybody. He doesn't. all of it's garbage. I said, yeah, but your lack of vote is still a vote in a sense, because if you don't vote for somebody, then that's one vote that doesn't go to somebody. And we need every
Talk
vote
about
we
it.
can get.
Yes.
So don't sit on your asses and sit up and say, I'm not going to vote because I don't. I don't like these people. Or they're all evil. They're all bad.
If you got an opinion about the game, you got to get in the game.
You got to get in the game.
And to get in the game is get your butt over to the polls and mail your poll in.
Right.
And a no vote means a vote for the opposition.
Exactly right. He
That's
said
right.
it perfectly.
That's right.
You know?
You got to get out there and vote.
You got to do it.
Whether you do it absentee, whether you go get in that line, whether you have to stand in line 3-4 hours, take your water, stand in line, get in there and make your vote count. And when you do it, fill those dots out completely, because if you don't, they're going to come up and say, hey, this isn't a legal vote because it wasn't completely filled out.
And that's already
If you have to punch it, make sure you punch it all the way through, because if you leave that little tag, they're going to disqualify your vote.
That's right.
And they're already trying to make sure that they're setting up stuff all over the world, all over the country, to keep people from voting and trying to find out ways that they can overturn your vote.
America's ready because we had a technology to let the popular vote win. Initially, they did the electoral college because
Which I hate.
they didn't have no horses and TV or nothing nobody could communicate. So they just picked a group of people in each state, and they had the final say, and they added up, and they chose who it was.
Yeah, but
So the popular vote ain't necessarily going to win the election. That's what Kamala was saying. It ain't enough right now.
And
we still behind. We have to win certain states to get those electoral college things in to claim this election.
And they got
no
to
matter
make
how
sure,
many votes you get.
And you better make sure the electoral college is straight, because, we were talking about this podcast I was listening to.
Right.
They had a gimmick where they were going to have more additional electors. You might have 2 in Michigan or whatever it is.
Right.
They want to add more to Michigan and send them in to disrupt the vote. Mm-hmm. So if you don't get out and vote and make sure your college, your electors don't get there and carry your votes, we in trouble, people.
Yeah, we are.
We're in trouble.
It's
so
tough.
Screw all the dumb shit.
It's okay.
Screw all the dumb stuff. Get out there and make your vote count. Don't be lazy. Don't have excuses, because you sit up, you go party all night, you hang out all night, you drink all night, you do whatever you want to do all night. Get your butt up and take a couple of hours and go out and vote.
And please be responsible. Ooh, man, come on, preach. Preach up in here.
And you can vote and you can vote early.
That was my dad, man.
You can vote early.
Look, fruit don't fall far from the tree.
Well, this one did. I think Dad had me, and we were like on the steep mountain, because I rode way down by the beach, you see. They couldn't rake me back up there if couldn't get me back up there. They had a bulldozer. I think I was on the edge of a cliff.
That's a funny.
And I fell off the tree and just kept going. About 1,000-foot drop through the clouds. Hit the ocean and just drifted over to England or wherever.
He created a whole story over here. Lord, he is creative. If nothing else. Hey.
He's very creative. That's very creative.
But yeah, anyway. But okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for today. We appreciate you all for listening. I want to say thank you to our guy, Leland Stein, and my co-host, Jeffrey Lowe. And again, we can't push, we can't press enough. Vote.
Get your butts to the
polls. Who you vote for. And we hope you vote right. We hope you vote right. And you know what I'm talking about. Kamala Harris. Get out there and vote for her.
Kamala.
Real quick, there's only been 2 black female senators ever. And Kamala was one of them.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later.